Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today is Monday, November 29th, 2022. Let's start off by offering a greeting about our heavenly parents and true parents. 천진 천부모님께 경배. 바로. And now to lead us through the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 찬여극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 찬여극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan Stevens. And now to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Noriko Tenepre. Noriko Tenepre.
Join me prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, true parent, thank you so much for this brand new day. We attend the morning devotion with all the brothers and sisters here in America and all the world. Heavenly Parent, true parents, I'm always repentant. Father, to you, how much I take initiative to move forward your providence here in America, also supporting Dr. Yong. Also, I think about Reverend Inose. We lost the whole very big leadership here in America. Now, we are Japanese community. Now, move forward without a very big leadership. But here still have Dr. Yong guiding us, protecting us, and loving us. Also, at the same time, I think about Japan. Still, we are deep persecuting under the communist or some background. How much God suffer from our persecution. How much God suffering about to see our beloved brothers and sisters by persecuted. Every parent to the parents. I'm so much thank you and so sorry to I'm here in America. I don't know so much their situation in Japan, but I'm appreciated my dear mother still loving me. Even she's always hear the negative information, still try to love me and understand me and trust me. Every parent to the parents, I always understanding only love relationship between parents and child. That's the only solution. I always thank you for to God, every parent to the parents, and Dr. Yong and the great leaders. Because of the relationship, because the leaders loving me, also God's always loving us. That's why we can go forward. Even I'm not enough, but still, I try to do what to do, but I can't. Also, I always wishing, please, brothers and sisters, take an initiative to please supporting the all the world and this Dr. Yong here in America. God, happy parent to the parents. That's why we are always at the morning devotion. Always want to listen to God's word through the Dr. Yong. Happy parent to the parents. We are I'm appreciating. Today also have another morning devotion. Dr. Yong always preparing word for us. We listening and please open our mind and body and please listening carefully to Dr. Yong what want to say. That's God's word. God's want to try to tell us. Please listen carefully to apply to our daily life. Thank you so much. I report in my name, Noriko Tenepure, Central Plus family. Aju.
Thank you, our Noriko, with your boy. Thank you so much for your incredible and heartfelt support. And thank you so much. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Noriko-san, for opening us with such a beautiful, heartfelt prayer. Brothers and sisters, we're going to go into our breakouts now for our gratitude sharing. So just take a moment to conjure up any feelings of gratitude this morning. Share with whoever you're paired up with. And if you can't join, just feel free to reflect on what you're appreciative of this morning. We'll see you all in 7 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful sharing in your breakout. I had a wonderful time with Mama Bettino and Pastor Barbara. I'd like to first call on Esther Bettino, to share with us her gratitude points this morning.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, hello, faith and hope and love.
Good morning. I shared to our breakout room with Resfred and Pastor Barbara that I'm very, very happy to be alive at this time in the providence of restoration. I'm so excited every day to meet new people and to find out what God or Heavenly Parent has in store for us. It is so amazing every day. I find a lot of inspiration, and really Heavenly Parent granted our prayers. We pray in the beginning of our mission, the witnessing team in New Jersey with Elena Bahian and Yen Granada, that we will find John the Baptist in our witnessing activity. And I'm very grateful to be here in America to participate in the project of Dr. Yong to really build a model church here in New Jersey, model activity everywhere. And I'm so excited for the young people who responded to our call. I'm excited. And yesterday, Eugene was telling me, Mama Bettino, how can we feed all these people that we are recruiting? Where will we find a car? Or where will we find food? Where will we let them sleep? I told Eugene, don't worry about that. Just bring people and I'll take care of everything.
Wow, you are very bold. You believe God is your sponsor.
Yes, so today, I visited Delaware to meet one pastor in Delaware Community Center, and I came home with food to feed a battalion and all kinds of things that our missionaries need.
Yeah.
So we should just believe that Heavenly Father is with us. Aju?
Aju, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think, my dear brothers and sisters, this, Esther, Faith, Bettino really doing incredible job. And then now so far we 2 second generation to focus on the witnessing. We want to get more volunteers in order to create the model witnessing activities. And also I want to create another Heavenly USA team in Clifton Church. Our Heavenly USA team is really amazing. I want to create a kind of the local Heavenly USA centering on New Jersey and New York area, and then really visiting to Christian church and witnessing. That's why now we are really want to get some volunteer second generation. And then I really want to focus on Christian church as well. Thank you so much, Esther, Faith, Bettino, for your incredible contribution. I love you. Thank you so much. You say God is your sponsor, and then God asked me to sponsor to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Bettino. Yes, for all that you do, your absolute conviction as well. Next, actually, Pastor Barbara is not feeling too well, but it is her anniversary, I believe. So congratulations on your blessing anniversary. I'd like to next call on Hongkook Matsunaga. Could you please unmute, share your gratitude points this morning?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Hi, Dr. Yong.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh, I feel so nervous. Yes, well, I'm very grateful. I was sharing with my group how I was very inspired by the auntie yesterday of like feeling grateful just to be grateful. And I think for me in my life, I feel like that same kind of feeling of like that shift in my attitude. That's something that I want to continue to like really try and do in my life. I feel like And I'm getting messages from people that I really love in my life as I speak. And I really do want to be able to acknowledge like all the different ways that God is like really loving me through the people in my life and through the experiences that I'm just like able to have and just being alive. Waking up in the morning, seeing the sunrise, seeing all these beautiful faces as I'm here in this morning devotion. And I just want to continue to have this kind of attitude for all the different things that I feel like can be so like daunting, like all these different goals that I have and all these different things that I want to be able to experience in the future. But rather than just like feeling so weighted by those responsibilities, feel so gifted to be able to like experience those things. So yes, that's what I want.
Thank you, Hongku, for your beautiful sharing. You are such a handsome boy. I love your smile, always smiling. Wow, thank you, Hongku.
Yes, Cook, you're such a handsome boy. Thank you for sharing with us your gratitude points this morning. All right, friends, this is where we're going to go into our main message today. So let's prepare our hearts and our minds to receive the message from our beloved Continental Director, Dr. Chonshik Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning. Good morning. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and members for peace. 안녕하십니까? Today, I'd like to talk about opening, inheriting, and fulfilling the era of the victory, liberation, and completion of the true parents from True Mother's Anthology, Volume 2. Let's study.
Opening, inheriting, and fulfilling the era of the victory, liberation, and completion of the true parents. These treasured Korean traditional values are not just matters of historical accident. Based on them, God prepared the Korean people and laid the foundation for the providence to establish the Messiah. Thus, riding on the energy of the Korean peninsula, the true parents of humankind and the King of Kings could finally appear after receiving the seal of heaven. Beloved WFWP members, my fellow women leaders, the path that humanity needs to take now is clear. Why would you hesitate in the face of the D-Day that heaven has revealed through true parents? Only a year remains. Heaven's blessings will be with you on your ambitious and busy course. If you view the flow of history from the viewpoint of God's providence, you can see that the changes can be broadly classified into 3 stages. First is the era of worldly matters, that is, a time when materialism took precedence. Next came the era of human affairs, a period dominated by humanism and knowledge, with the assumption that God is an aloof creator. However, these eras were transitional. They were eras we needed to undergo in the process of entering the era in which people can rid themselves of their fallen nature, return to their original selves, and live as one united family under God as their Father. The final stage is the era of heavenly affairs. Here, people follow the path of living for the sake of others. Each establishes an absolute standard, beginning with the marriage blessing ceremony, an internal and external purification. In other words, this is the time of opening the era of Chanoguk, when we can return to the heart of the one true God. Please engrave this in your heart.
Yeah, thank you. Looking at the flow of human history from a providential point of view, first is the era of worldly matters. That is a time when materialism took precedence. Next came the era of the human affairs, a period dominated by humanism and knowledge with the assumption that God is an aloof creator. Now in the era of heavenly affairs where humans cast off their fallen nature and find their original selves and live as a unified family attending heavenly parents as their father and mother. The era of the heavenly affair is the last stage in which each must establish an absolute standard, beginning with the marriage blessing ceremony, on internal and external purification, and follow the path of the living for the sake of others. The final era of the heavenly affair is centered on culture of heart, centered on culture of heart, centered on culture of heart, where heavenly parents is attended as our parent. All of mankind receives the blessing and live for the sake of others, centered on heavenly parents' holy blood lineage. In order to welcome this era of the heavenly affairs in earnest, all people must know the divine principle and receive the blessing. True parents are always emphasizing that all blessed family must take responsibility for the heavenly tribal Messiah activities in order to launch this blessing movement in earnest. My brothers and sisters, now I really want to encourage all the senior blessed couple who are in Clifton Church. Those who really want to do heavenly tribal messiahship, they really want to register to Chanbo 1. We want to really encourage them to fulfill. That's why entire Clifton Church members really, whenever we do any kind of blessing event, we can get many people to the ethnic group, and then let them fulfill, the HTM mission, and then let them really register Chanbo 1. That's why I don't want to miss any, even one blessed couple in Clifton Church. We really working together and helping together. Let them fulfill HTM mission at the same time. Let them register Chanbo 1. That is our most important mission. In the past, we are focused on just individually do the HTM mission, but I really want to encourage, not just only sub-region 1 and sub-region 2, everywhere, really, as centering on church leader, let our senior blessed couple first to fulfill their mission before going to spiritual world. I don't want to miss any blessed couple. My wish, my cherished hope is from our senior blessed couple to fulfill that mission and then really enter the substantial kingdom of heaven. How much they sacrifice for the sake of the God's will. I really love each one of them. They are the one who recognize true parents earlier than any other one. They sacrifice, for the sake of the God's will more than any other one. Because of the financial reason, because of the health reason. Anyhow, I really want to help for them to fulfill Heavenly Tribal Messiah mission and then Chanbo 1 mission as well. Living divine principle, the motivation and process of the fall. Let's study.
The motivation and process of the fall. The motivation of the human fall lay within the angel. Therefore, before we can know the motivation and the process of the fall, we must first learn about the angel. Angels were created by God prior to any other creation. God created angels to be his retainers, servants, and ministering spirits who would assist him in creating and sustaining the universe. Because God created us human beings as his children and gave us dominion over all creation, we are meant to rule over the angels as well.
Let's study Father's will.
The fruitful results of the angels who helped in conducting the providence. The fruitful results of the angels who helped in conducting the providence remain within us who are facing the last days. Besides, there are also other fruitful results of numerous saints. We must be responsible for such fruitful results in human history. We must be able to liberate all the resentments of thousands of Christians who helped in God's providence and of all the spirits dwelling in the spiritual world, including Jesus.
Yes. We should give thanks to countless angels, saints and ancestors who work hard and cooperated on behalf of Heavenly Parents' providential will in the past. Take responsibility for their failures and liberate their hand and grievances. My brothers and sisters, except the archangel, all angels actually, they really assist about God's mission, and then also they assist the human beings' mission. Actually, the angels' cooperation was really incredible. We need to recognize, our angels, good side angels, how much they really work hard for us to fulfill our mission. First, we must acknowledge the achievement of the good angels who came in the providence and be grateful to them. If you give thanks to the angels, you will receive their cooperation. We really need to give thanks. This is not my God, Father's word. If you give thanks to the angels, you will receive their cooperation. We must also show gratitude and acknowledge the countless saints that have contributed achievement to heaven. That's why we not judge Noah or Abraham or any central figures. Of course, they made a mistake or they could not fulfill. However, we really need to appreciate them. We need to acknowledge the achievement of their incredible contribution. Without their sacrificial foundation, we are not here. That's why we need to really acknowledge the achievement of the good angels and our ancestors. We must also gratitude and acknowledge countless saints that have contributed achievement to heaven, even to our numerous ancestors. Of course, there are bad ancestors. Also, there are incredible ancestors. Their achievement and contribution should be acknowledged and thanked. If it had not been for their accomplishment, hard work, and sacrifices, you should know that today we would not have been chosen or blessed by Heavenly Parents. For their true liberation, we must attend to the parents and make achievement beyond what they have contributed. Bless them and hold ancestor liberation ceremony for them. Wow, we are chosen God. There are so many people living on the earth. How many members of the unificationists? Not much, right? We are really chosen people. Because of what reason? Father said 100% because of ancestors' incredible contribution and the sacrificial life. That's why we need to liberate our ancestors. We need to really appreciate our ancestors because of their foundation. And also so many saints and sages foundation, and the central figures about the foundation, and the angels foundation. We really need to appreciate that our life should be always give thanks. Give thanks. Then more blessing is coming rather than complaining, my brothers and sisters. Continue.
The process of restoration and the angels' activities. God worked through angels to overcome the difficulties of the process of restoration in the past, and later worked through his only Son. There must come a time that can be dominated by our Heavenly Father. St. Paul once talked about God's love in Jesus. It will not be enough to have only the love of Jesus, nor the love of the Holy Spirit. It has to meet the standard that can be connected to God's love through the love of Jesus and the Holy Spirit. In order to do so, we are not to be bound to any kind of worldly love. Also, we should not simply stay at any victorious place on earth. Since the day of hope is approaching, we should clearly understand that there must be a fearful day that God will judge directly. We who have already started to follow the original path of humankind must throw away everything. First, things should be thrown away. Next, parents and children. That is, a family should be lost. And eventually, a nation and the world must be lost.
Yes. We who are in the process of restoration must experience the love of the three ages and go through the guidance of the three ages. Very important. First, in the process of restoration, we must acknowledge and be grateful for the era in which we are guided by angels. Secondly, after meeting the Messiah, you must receive love through true parents. But Father said that is not enough. Third, after meeting the true parents, you must go to the stage of establishing a relationship of God's love. To pass through these three ages, you must not be bound by any material honors or humanistic love. Also, you must not stay in any position of glory honors. That's why, even Jesus saying that you need to love me more than your own father, more than your own mother, more than anything else. Because this is a centering on fallen world. We need to really appreciate our true parents. We need to appreciate more than our humanistic relationships centering on my own father and mother and relatives, own brothers and sisters. If we set up that kind of standard with Heavenly God and true parents, and finally, we need to build incredible, inseparable relationship with God's love. In the end, everyone must restore the parent-child relationship that is inseparable from God. Today's Youth Ministry Unification Church's family view. Let's study.
Unification Church's family view. Even if you have a family, if you assert yourself, you become a person who is unhappy. In a family, you must live for absolute harmony, absolute filial piety, absolute love, absolute self-denial, and absolutely for the whole purpose of the family. If you want to live for the sake of all family members, no one will be stubborn. This is the family view of the Unification Church. If you have a family, a self-centered argument or a self-centered view of life cannot be allowed. You can't decide everything on your own. If you decide on your own, you will be pushed out of the community called family. So that person will live a forlorn life.
Yes. Once you have a family, right? Once you have a family, you have husband, you have a wife, you have a children. The first thing is completely give up. Completely give up. Completely give up your self-assertion, whether one's opinion is right or wrong. One should not break a family harmony by strongly insisting on it. Self-assertive people end up unhappy. That's why in the family, do not allow any self-assertion. Never allow. Even though your opinion is correct, principle, but if you really insist on it too much, you break the family harmony. Therefore, in the family, you must uphold absolute harmony. Absolute harmony is God. Absolute filial piety, not just children, filial piety to parents. But parents also need to have that kind of filial heart, filial piety toward their own children. Like, I love my heavenly parents. You need to have the same mindset, attitude toward to your children. Absolute filial piety, absolute love, absolute self-denial, and absolute live for the whole purpose of the family. Everyone should put family harmony first. This is what's that? Unification Church's family view. The Unification Church's family view is to get rid of the self-assertion, completely get rid of the self-centered view of life, and not make selfish decisions, whether it is in the position of the parents, spouses, siblings, or children. And for the sake of the family reconciliation, they have the mindset that they are prepared to make any sacrifices. If there is a way to make harmony, create harmony, I am ready to any kind of the sacrifices, any kind of suffering, any kind of the difficulties. That's why you need to put family harmony first. Family harmony. This is the key. Oh, I am the principal man. I know divine principle more than any other one. I create the money more than any other one as a father and mother. If you really too much emphasizing your self-assertion or assertion, without denying yourself, you break the family harmony. That's why family does not allow this kind of concept and attitude. Next.
If you affirm yourself in the family, you will perish. In your family, if you affirm yourself, you will perish. Heavenly parents sent true parents to this earth in order to eradicate such self-centered thoughts and fallen nature. Why is Heavenly Parents so sad about man? It is because humans assert themselves and are stubborn rather than live for the whole. So Heavenly Parent grieves when he sees such people. However, it is Heavenly Parent's Han that this has not yet been settled on this earth. In the end, you will see that due to your stubbornness, your family, your country, and Heavenly Parent became forlorn. Heavenly Parent became forlorn because Eve did what she wanted.
Yeah. In your family, if you assert yourself, you will perish. Adam and Eve asserted themselves before Heavenly Parents, centering on their own opinions. They don't care God's command. They just only focus on their own opinion, their own thinking, and then negotiate and then associate with the archangels. They not only didn't make Heavenly Parents what their priority, they went as far as to ignore it. The fall is a formation for self, and restoration is a complete denial of self. Why is the Heavenly Parents so sad about man? It is because they would rather think about themselves rather than the whole. In the end, you will see that due to your stubbornness, your family, your country, and Heavenly Parents become forlorn. We must know that even though we claim to live according to Heavenly Parents' will, in the end, we are the ones living for ourselves. That is the issue. Next.
Why families become pitiful. The reason why families become pitiful is because husbands and wives start to get nervous, do whatever they want, and complain. Then that family is ruined. In particular, if a woman who is the center of love complains, the family will be ruined. The husband's position, of course, is the same. There is hope for a family where the spouses absolutely obey each other and children absolutely obey their parents. However, if you look at the families where couples fight, it is because the motive for getting married was self-centered and for their own sake. When everyone first got married, they said they didn't have such selfish motives. But isn't the reason couples fight in the end because the other person won't live for the sake of their spouse?
Continue.
The reason couples are happy and unhappy. When a couple is motivated by self-centeredness, will they do nothing but fight? If both spouses do as they want, telling each other to live for their sake, will they fight more? If family members tell each other to live for their sake, there will always be fights. On the other hand, if the spouses say they will live for the sake of each other, there is only love and happiness. In the end, whether you fight or are happy as a couple ultimately depends on who you live centered on. Isn't this a fact? If you deny yourself, there is only happiness and love. And if you assert yourself, there is only pain and conflict. It's that simple.
Yes, the reason why families become pitiful is because husband and wives start to get nervous and do whatever they want and complain. If a husband and wife start complaining to each other, Heavenly Parents' blessing completely run away. Fortune declines and ruins the family. That's why I have many experience to hear from brothers and sisters about the testimony and also even my own experience. There is no unity between husband and wife. All blessing is gone away. Even you losing money. Sometimes, some accident happen. That's why in the family, one of the most important point is one. The harmony between husband and wife. If you start complaining, you destroy your family. Heavenly Parents' blessing really run away. Heavenly fortune decline. And then finally ruin the family, my brothers and sisters. Family, the wife and mother are the centers of love. If a woman who is the center of love complains, the house will be ruined. Her husband's position, of course, is the same. But there is a hope for a family where the spouses absolutely obey each other and children absolutely obey their parents. I'd like to confess to you that since I started a family with my wife, in the beginning, it was not easy, different culture, different background, different nationality. Japanese and Korea, really, the relationship of the enemy. But after getting old and more after fighting and disagreement, and then I came to understand that, wow, self-denial. Do you know what my conclusion? I need to give up everything, my own opinion, my own thinking. I just quietly, without talking much, just serve her whatever she wants. I completely deny myself. And then I find the happiness. Wow. And then she will do whatever I want. Wow. After time passed a long time, and only I start to realize this point. I hope you guys, you can reach that goal more earlier than me, right? However, if you look at the family where the couple fights, it is because their motives in getting married were self-centered and for their own sake. And conflict arises when they think the other person is not acknowledging them. When couples is motivated by self-centeredness, will they do nothing but fight? If both spouses do as they want, telling each other to live for the sake of, will they find more? For example, there is a fighting between husband and wife. Maybe someone is right, the other side may be wrong. But I am telling you, there are fighting between husband and wife. It means your couple still immature, still spiritually low class, still low class. Even marriage after even 10 years and 20 years and 30 years or 40 years, still fighting. Oh my goodness, the level of the spirituality is very low. Very low. You still do not know how to deny yourself. That's why it does not work. Self-assertion does not work at all in front of a spouse. Does not work at all of the principle way. This is the principle. This is divine principle. This is right. Then what I'm saying, this is correct. Does not work at all in front of a spouse. Principle does not work. Only the principle, one thing, without talking, serving, loving, completely give up my own opinion. Only it works. You say, according to divine principle, according to principle of creation, according to Father's word, according to my Abel's word, according to Dr. Yong's word, does not work at all. Only work without talking, serving, attending, loving, sacrificing, and giving. Only this way can work. This is I am 65 years old, man. After joining church 48 years, and then I started to realize that. When I noticed that, when I realized that, I can feel family harmony. I can feel that what does unity means? When you go through that kind of process of the self-denial, after that, you can feel peace and you can feel freedom. And then you can gain anything, whatever you want. But in the beginning, you need to have that kind of process. My wife is my God. My spouse is my God. Even though my spouse is wrong, I just follow and obey. With this kind of attitude of the serving and loving, and then my spouse will know that she is wrong. Her original mind knows that. That's why I myself purposely, no need to teach her, no need to give advice. Her original mind, his original mind knows very well. If you deny yourself, there is only happiness and love. If you assert yourself, there is only pain and conflict. It's that simple. But practice is not simple, right? What is the unification church family view again? In the family, you must uphold absolute harmony, absolute filial piety, absolute love, absolute self-denial, and absolutely live for the whole purpose of the family. Everyone should put family harmony first. Today, I talked about Unification Church's family view. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yong. You did it again. Yes, those two things, they're the panacea of human suffering, the elixir of joy. Just deny yourself and live for the sake of others. It's so simple, yet so hard. Thank you so much for reminding us about that this morning. I'm sure we all gained a lot from it. Friends, we're going to go on to our living testimony. And today we're going all the way to Israel. That's right. We're going out of this continent to Israel to hear from one of our CIG missionaries, Mie Iwasaki. Mie Iwasaki.
Hello. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning to all of my brothers and sisters watching morning devotion this morning. Good morning. My name is Mie Iwasaki. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm from Pennsylvania, but currently I am in Jerusalem, Israel. Ta-da! I've been here for almost a month and will be here for 2 more months. But for those of you who are wondering, what am I doing here? Why am I here? I'm actually here together with the Chonyeoguk Youth Missionary Program as a returning young adult missionary. So I actually did 3 years of GPA, Generation Peace Academy, already. I completed my 3rd year last year, and I had the blessing to do missionary work my 3rd year, and so I finished that. But God called on to me. I was given this opportunity to come to Israel and do mission work here, and so I just had to say yes. I just had to, because I know that Mother needs me, God needs me, and especially in this providential time, I felt that this is what I can offer, this is what I can contribute to Mother, especially in this providential times. I want to be where she needs me the most. I felt this is where she needs me. So here I am in Israel. But yes, arriving here in Israel was me and my team, Dinis Morita, Saya Maruyama, Jean Prieto, and Daniel McEwen. And just arriving here in Israel, we were just so moved and touched by the spirit of our brothers and sisters in this community here in Jerusalem. They actually have such great fervor and passion to just absolutely unite with Mother. You know, they're constantly witnessing. This is the kind of spirit that I feel, so passionate. And this kind of passion was just even more admirable for me personally, because witnessing in Israel is not easy. There is a lot of historical barriers here. And as we all know, Israel is the place that God had shed blood, sweat, and tears in really preparing for His only begotten Son, for Jesus. And this is where all of His hope was placed in thousands of years ago. But now it's the place that, you know, has brought God so much pain. And it is the place where God has painful memories of. And so knowing this, I felt that God was really just trusting us, trusting me and this team to liberate Jesus' Son, to inherit His mission, continue His mission here. And so for the past 3 weeks, me and my team has been witnessing. We've been witnessing on the streets of the city. We've also been witnessing on one of the universities here. It's called Hebrew University. So we've been witnessing on the campus there. And so we've been going out witnessing, having TP studies, hosting CARP events, even attending and supporting the Chombo event that happened just recently here. So it's been really incredible. Actually, it's really been incredible, an incredible experience. But all throughout it, I also personally felt that there was something missing, that there was something that I was not doing, or there was something more that I needed to do. And that's what I felt. I felt that there was something missing, and that there needed to be some kind of internal shift. And so going out, witnessing these past 3 weeks and just everything that comes along with it, I felt that I could catch just bits and pieces of what God has been showing me, what God has been telling me. And I've been praying to God about what His vision is for me and what His vision is for the team during our mission time here. And I felt that He was really, really asking me and all of us to just get ready to move full force and not hold anything back anymore. I felt that He was asking me, not just that I felt, but God was asking me to let myself go completely so that He can fully transform me. And actually, Mother has been saying that heaven cannot wait any longer. It's already been 6,000 years more. God has been waiting, Heavenly Parent has been waiting for so long. For so long. And Mother is now saying, right, this is a time for just victories and victories and victories to come. That we cannot make heaven wait any longer. And she would ask, all of us, like, why, like, and personally for me, it really felt like she was asking, why are you hesitating? What are you hesitating for? Because if you unite with Mother, then miracles will come. And she would ask everyone, she would ask me. Personally, I felt like she was asking me personally, like, please be strong, be brave, be bold, be courageous, and testify to true parents. And in order to really, truly unite with Mother, in order to truly, truly unite with Mother in her heart, in her desperate heart, I see that God has been guiding me to a point of complete surrender. And I'm not saying that I've completely surrendered yet, but that is the point that God has been guiding me towards, so that I can finally belong to Him as His daughter. I have to surrender completely and not hold anything back anymore. I mean, we all do. I really feel like not just me, but all of us really need to just surrender to our Heavenly Parent. And although, like, with witnessing, it may externally appear to be the same, right? Like going out with the surveys and having DP studies, and hosting CARP events. But what's changing is this environment within myself, my own transformation, so that I can better represent God, so I can better reflect His heart to my brothers and sisters. And although I'll only be here for maybe 2 more months, but me and my team, we've determined to raise up 3 guests who we can bring to Korea along with us, and really bring to Mother, and really comfort Mother in this way. Really show Mother, like, we are here to unite with you. We are here to unite, Mother. And we are ready to do what you need us to do. We're ready to fulfill the promise you made with Heavenly Parent and with Father. And of course, we won't stop there. We won't stop with just 3 guests. We'll continue. There's still so much to be done, but I felt like this is the kind of experience or the kind of path that God has been leading me towards, especially here in Israel, especially here, where Jesus, where His only begotten Son, Jesus was doing His mission. So that was my testimony. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this with you. Yes, thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. Mie Iwasaki, Sunmi's sister, Reverend Shota's daughter. Wow, she's now in Israel. I think our Tal and Miri, they are very happy to hear news from Israel. Yeah, I think that's simple, with the job and especially doing witnessing in Israel. This is really, really challenging, but they are really doing very well. Oh my goodness, I'm really proud of our missionaries. Once again, thank you so much, Mie, and say hello to all your members. 감사합니다. Thank you, Mie.
Yeah, thank you, Mie, for just sharing with us your inspirations, just your heartfelt inspirations. It was just very moving to hear your determinations as well with your time there in Israel. So good luck. Brothers and sisters, we're going to go into our breakouts now. So just take a moment to think on and reflect on what you gained from today's morning devotion, and live in testimony and share with whoever you're paired up with in the breakouts. If you can't join, just reflect on what you gained today. We'll see you all in 7 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful sharing in your breakout. I see a lot of smiles. I had a great time with the Lays and Miss Lindsay. Mrs. Lindsay, I'd like to first call on Bill and Tycho Lay to share with us their reflection of today's morning devotion.
All right. Thank you,
Our
God
heavenly
bless you,
lawyer, Bill, Tycho.
Well, it was a beautiful sharing. I mean, Tycho and I were speaking honestly with Fred and Michelle. We have had our unique course in life, and I really appreciate Dr. Yong's teaching about marriage. However, I would say, keep believing in God's ideal of true love. The most important thing is, to never let go of God's ideal of true love. And, it may take a form different than you think. It may not go according to plan. That's Tycho and my story. But hang on to God's ideal of true love, no matter what.
Yeah.
And God will not abandon you. And you will move on into that realization of true love.
That's true. I think what I'm talking about, you already know divine principle, already know true love, but we need to take action first, and then if really saying, oh, according to Father said, according to divine principle saying like that, then really our spouse is very upset about that. We already know the content. We know the God's ideal and the God's true love. Anyway, over Taeko-san, why don't you share?
I have a different story. Well, I did God's will, front line. And but we are divorced couple, and but the other side, even though you're living truthful, but if other side doesn't join our transformational process for God's sake, sometimes I need to find difficult decision. So this is my story, and before God, I honestly decide this does not work, and for children. And other side did the best, but somehow didn't meet God in a relationship. So I made a difficult decision, but now I find God sent best man. Exactly the Dr. Yong talking about. Living for sake of God, sake of each other, and the sake of the children, and the sake of the community. So truly, we are so blessed, even though we took difficult course. So I come before you, before God, before everyone. I will say truly.
One of the example, Bill and Taeko, after you've gone through all kind of suffering and difficulties, and finally, and you come and joining together, practice, true love based on true parents' ideal and principle. This is a really beautiful example. I love that. Thank you so much, Bill and Taeko. I think your relation become more and closer, and really create substantial ideal family. Thank you, our heavenly lawyer, Bill. Thank you so much, Taeko-san again. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Dr. Yong.
Thank you, Uncle Bill and Taeko-san. You guys always look so loving, so joyful. It's great to see you. And I love that. Never let go of God's ideal of true love. All right, next I'd like to call on Michelle Lindsay. Michelle Lindsay, if you please unmute and share with us your reflection from today's morning devotion.
Oh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Michelle, beautiful
morning.
Lady Michelle.
Good morning, everyone. I was just sharing how fortunate I felt. We speak about family, and I was raised up in a family where my parents loved each other, and I never saw fighting in between my parents.
Oh my God.
Only when the bills came in, then my dad would yell, "Who turned up the heat? Who did this? Who did that?" And my mom would say, "Just let him blow off some steam. He'll be fine." But I never saw them fight, ever. So I also brought that into my family. I just wasn't used to fighting. I don't even know what it's like to fight between parents. And so my husband and I never fought. Although he was raised up in a home where there was not such a good situation. And so he never wanted to fight because he saw too much of it. So I can honestly say we've never fought. We've had our disagreements, but we've never had a fight. We've never fought in front of our kids, which I don't think anyone should fight in front of their children. So I feel very fortunate that I was raised up in that kind of home with good parents who loved each other. And I also feel fortunate that I was able to bring that into my home, raising my children.
Wow. That's why you inherited that kind of the DNA from your parents, and your children can inherit from your couple. Wow. Thank you so much, Michelle. I envy you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle, just for sharing with us your reflection today. All right, we're going to go into our announcements. If you are inspired, feel free to invite family, friends to join in on this morning devotion experience. The website is edu.familyfed.org, edu.familyfed.org, if you're watching online. And also, if you'd like to donate, you can always donate by going to that same website, edu.familyfed.org, or if you are in the Zoom, there's a link right down there. In the Zoom link, that Zoom chat that you can click, and it'll take you to support. All of the proceeds go towards the production team to support the production of Morning Devotion. And also, if you'd like to offer opening prayer or song, feel free to email Tal at Tzorer, T-Z-O-R-E-R at unification.org. That's where you can, if you email her, you can sing a song or offer an opening prayer as well. And yesterday I heard someone say, mentioned in the chat that you don't know how to access the PowerPoints that Dr. Yong is given. Well, I'm just going to show you really quickly how that's done. So if you go to edu.familyfed.org, that's the website right here. You can donate. That's the donate button in case you were ever wondering. But here's where you can access it. You go to Morning Devotion, click Morning Devotion Posts, and then all the Morning Devotion links are right here, right? So let's say November 27th. If I click that and I scroll to the bottom, it says right here, PDF, printable text and images. So if I click that, it'll take me to this website. That's a transcript of what key points of what Dr. Yong was referring to, or consolidated by Dr. Michael Kiley. And when you scroll to the bottom, you should see all of the slides that Dr. Yong uses as well for the morning devotion. So of course, Dr. Yong prepares the slides and Dr. Kiley puts it up here and consolidated with the transcript. So that's how you can access it. That's how you can access it. If you want to go back, just feel free to rewind on the YouTube video and check to see how you can do it again. That's a quick tutorial. But with that, we're going to go to our musical offering. And today we have Yoko Becker. Yoko Becker, she's going to be offering us a song. It might be first time, not sure, but we're very excited. Let's welcome up Yoko Becker.
Hi, good morning. I am nervous and I am shy and I am not a good singer, but I want to sing Once in a Lifetime for musical offering for late beloved Reverend Hiroshi Inose.
Wow.
With a deep appreciation and repentance. Light of Grace was his favorite song. I would like to sing it in Japanese. Just once again. 恵みの光は我が行き悩む闇路を照らせり 神は愛なり我らも愛す愛なる神よ浮雲おえど三顔の笑みはさやかに照りず神は愛なり我らも愛せ愛なる神よ憂いの時にも望みを与え慰めたまえり神は愛なり我らも愛せ愛なる神よ物皆移れど恵みの光とばにぞ輝く神は愛なり我らも愛せ愛なる神よ
Oh my God, oh my God, Yoko-san, I think Inose-san is very, very, very happy and touched by your beautiful singing. Wow, your song came from your heart and sincerity. It is amazing. You are really beautiful singer. Thank you so much, Yoko, for your appreciation to Reverend Inose and also Robert. Thank you so much. 감사합니다. God bless you. Wow, beautiful couple. Thank you.
Thank you, Yoko-san. I don't know where you heard that you're not a great singer, but that was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Thank you so much for offering that. And just like Lawrence Bear said, I'm sure Reverend Inose was singing along with his big smile as you offer that song. And now to close out in prayer, I'd like to ask Junko Osberg, if you please unmute and close us out in prayer.
Good morning.
Junko-chan!
Good morning. Yoko-san singing touched my heart.
Yeah, me too.
So please join me in prayer. Having parents, true parents. She sang so beautifully, artistically, and made us think about Reverend Inose. He showed us great path, how to live for Japanese people as a mother. And he loved America so much. And so we want to love America like he did. And we have a great leader, Dr. Yong, and he's been showing us a great path that we can walk on. He's always front line and paving the way, and that we are walking the way that he showed us, and we're also always grateful. And recently, I've been thinking about Jesus. Externally, it's so beautiful, light up, but a strong sadness came into my heart the other day when I was driving the car. And I realized Jesus is so sad. He wants us to share the truth to Christians who he really, really loves. So please guide us to love Christians, love the nation, love the world. And to practice that, we really, really need to deny ourselves in the family. It's really difficult, but then it's actually a blessing that we have a family to love. We have family to practice with. We have a body that we can love and resemble God. And thank you so much for everything you have given us. And I don't think I appreciate enough. But then I really we feel your love every single day. And then hopefully we can return the love to you, but then not just externally, but also internally, that we understand your will deep, deep inside. Not the way that you say, but then inside of you. We want to be a filial child. I'm sorry. I just can't stop crying, and I just can't gather my thoughts, but we love you so much every single day. And then thank you again for the day. And thank you for being with us. And I report this name of Jade and Cosper, Blessed Central Family. Aju.
Aju, thank you, Junko-chan, for your beautiful prayer. 감사합니다. Also, Yoko-san again. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Junko-san, for closing us out with such a beautiful, heartfelt prayer. Brothers and sisters, this about wraps up today's morning devotion. It's a great one. Thank you for joining, for being a part of this. We'll see you all tomorrow again at 6 a.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Okay, have a nice day. Nice.